So let's see. We're gonna start with Ryan. Ryan was our most recent addition to the cast. We'd already been writing the script, worked on it, needed another guy to play Reddick. Just Ryan's a student in my class. He's funny. He's sharp. He's friends with Bethany. So strategically, I thought I had it in there. And I asked him, and he was like, "Sure." And then he just jumped in all the way. He was there at all the rehearsals, wrote scripts, just. Diego was my student last year, found out he played guitar. It is really true. Like, I'm always like. So I got him to come out. He did Subterranean, and then he did Epic. And one of my favorite moments of this whole show is seeing him jump up and down. Marissa. Anything weird? Marissa joined last year. She auditioned as a singer and actor, and I told her I wanted her to play the ghost of Edgewood on Mariah. Which meant she couldn't sing, because, Mariah doesn't sing. But she took the spot, and then I promised her she could sing this year, and it was so wonderful to hear her gifted vocals on Red Deer Day, and her backup vocals, and then seeing her dance on Be Sweet. And Marissa is like the cheerleader during notes. When I'm constantly picking at the negatives, she will be the one that, like, that's a good note, yay! Daryl Marr. Daryl Marr auditioned, I think he was a freshman. Didn't know how to play piano, but he was auditioning, so he came in and played piano. We're like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. And Daryl Marr kept coming. And then, he had a role last year and was just off book immediately and was great. And so this year he's in this big role. And Daryl Marr is, I didn't know this when he was a freshman, but one of the funniest, understated guys, but also not silly funny where he doesn't get things done when it needs to get done. So I rely on him, the whole cast does. We love him. This is for Bethany. Still remember when Bethany and Hannah both came into audition. It sounded like they were already set to be an indie group, vocalists, songwriters, musicians. Just kind of like Daryl Marr didn't know how funny she was. And again, seeing her as part of this band, seeing her riff with Ryan, just everything. She's a treasure. Blessed to have her here for 2 years. This is Hannah. Like Bethany, just the addition to the band. It felt like last year she had sort of backup or additional guitar parts. This year she's doing solos. She takes a leadership role in the band. She was, true story, this was the most animated band we've had in years. As far as just showing you that they were having a good time and inviting you to have a good time too. And that really, Hannah started that. Just started doing the back-to-back with Bethany, started jumping up and down, started grooving when she was playing keyboards even. So all of the joy that you saw there tonight, a lot of it was Hannah like opening that door and letting that happen. when Ryan couldn't make it last night because he had concert tickets, Hannah just stepped in and did his part and memorized like almost all of it. Victoria. Victoria does so much, massively talented, really frustrating to work with. Not like that sounds. She's just in so much that I dreaded the reminds of like, Mr. Michael, we have volleyball until, but then there'd be days where I would clear her. It reminded me of Kiara last year, actually. I would clear her from rehearsal because she had a volleyball game, and then all of a sudden, an hour and a half left, she just walks in, takes the stage, starts reciting lines. Nobody even knew she would be there. And everything she did, from the sneer and command of I hate myself for loving you, to the line reads and the enunciation, and just the leadership in the whole group. It's kind of amazing she does so much and does it so well. I'm gonna miss it. Bryce. Bryce came in a few years ago and auditioned on guitar. I didn't know who she was, but just walked in with her own guitar, and just Mr. Martinez and I were looking at each other after her audition. It was just like knocked off our seat. And that was just guitar. Didn't know she could sing, and she could sing. And then drums and keyboard, and she's one of those students that comes through that you just like, I hope you always do music. I hope to get to see you play music at venues and stuff in the future. I know a lot of people come to performances and they talk about, like, when Bryce comes out with her album, like, let us know. And just weird and funny, but she keeps it like only when she thinks adults aren't listening. But just what we see, what she's able to share and present is a gift to all of us. Epic President, Elizabeth. Elizabeth and Tyler joined as like the brother-sister combo who weirdly played a husband and wife. But they hate each other, so. And then to go from there to like choreography and to singing and acting, and then president. And a president that, I mean, they're all always wonderful, but I knew that I could ask Elizabeth anything and it would happen backstage, front of stage, the command, responsibility, and I think most of all, just the absolute joy that she shows you from the first note of, you belong, you belong with me. Yeah. Right, and I can't believe it's the last Hernandez. They've just like rolled through Epic and just lifted everybody up. And this is for Yee. Little Yee, as we saw him in that slideshow, joined us because he could play bass, and it was Olivia Rodrigo concert, and we were coming out of pandemic. It was the first show out of pandemic. It was like didn't know we could even do a show. We had to do it outside, and we were struggling to even find just a couple musicians, and we had Yee. And then you were a freshman then, right? And then we had him for years if we just kept on good terms. So we didn't think he really talked. He was very quiet, serious, and then here he is today. It's wonderful seeing him perform, and has seen his personality be let out to the rest of us over the years. He's like the funniest, coolest, weirdest, but in the best of ways. We all love Yee. We always have. Freshman Yee, where we didn't think he said anything. And then, the musical gifts, the sheer force of personality, the fact that he also does everything, but will always come through and give his best when he's here. Emily. So apparently I didn't know Emily was a senior. And I'm short of Rose and feel awful. How do you even, okay, so there's no recovering from that except to say I thought I had another year with Emily. And Emily also is joyful and full of energy and boisterous, and I love the way she's the one that kind of sets the bar with the line readings. As far as enunciating, you don't know how many notes are just speak up, speak clearly, and she does that with her line readings so everybody else understands how to do it. Wow, I'm kind of, because I didn't know that was it. We have this. So it's our last one. It goes on our wall. Epic still exists as a club. We're gonna move all the way into spoken word poetry. Still a little bit of music, but Epic's had two wonderful music directors over the 15 years. My best friend, Mr. Nick Morabito, started it all, and then Nick Martinez, who was here last night for his Epic show, was a part of all of it. And now he's a teacher, like a real teacher at a school. And my friend Nick Morabito is in Hawaii. And so we're gonna do a little bit of music, but this we'll probably never have again, but it was wonderful and beautiful, and I thank all of you for it. You've listened to enough. Thank you everybody for coming.
Sorry, you're short. Say epic!